Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I tell you what we got here? We got us a nice warm 75-degree day today. It's beautiful. The air is warm and comfortable. There's a light breeze blowing. It's fantastic. I love it. It's one of the best days all year long, if not the best day all year long so far. Guaranteed the best day of 2015 so far. And that's pretty doggone good. And I have even started on that most incredibly dreaded of seasonal occasions, spring cleaning. Yeah. That's that thing where you start going through the house and the car and everything else, and you start collecting all the yuck and the junk and the trash and the just plain left behind throwaways that didn't get thrown away over the winter because nobody wants to go out in the cold. You start collecting all that stuff and you start throwing things away. And you start getting caught up on laundry that hasn't been taken care of in that amount of time, because no matter how much you do, there's always some that doesn't get taken care of because, again, people want to minimize how much they have to deal with going out in the cold and so on. I know I certainly do. And so I've gotten a couple of loads of laundry done. I've got a whole mess of garbage taken out. There's a whole mess more to take out, but I've gotten a decent start, and who knows, if I keep this up for a couple of weeks, my house might actually start to look like a human being lives here instead of a crazed individual that doesn't like to go outside in the cold. Yeah. The problem is, the thing is, when you're doing this kind of thing, there is a little bit of a problem, because sometimes you find things that you want and that you think, hey, I haven't seen this since October, cool. And then you find other things that think, oh my God, I didn't realize I had this. And the oh my God response is when what you find is a bill that hasn't been paid. Yeah, isn't that lovely? I hate it when that happens, because I never have any reserve to back up or to cover things like that. And this one's a whopper too. You see, I was pretty sure I had gotten my electric bill taken care of this month. But after finding this thing, I checked it. No, they're not taken care of. I'm still $150 behind. And I can't just slough off and not pay the phone bill and pay them because I'm $250 behind on the phone. Yeah, well, you know what happened is this deal I made with the bank, this fresh start thing that fixes this god-awful, hideous overdraft problem I had. It fixed it, and it set me up with a series of payments to pay them back for fixing it and so on, and that's great. It means that I will always be in the black, because they will have royal excrement fits if I don't stay in the black, and so on. So that part's good. The bad part is that when something like this, what I had been doing with the bills, because I'm so far behind on everything, is I would pay them the current amount due for the current month plus $10 towards the back due. And I can't do that anymore, because the way that I was managing to afford that is I did it in such a way that it all came from the overdraft covered it, which is part of why it was getting bigger all the time, bigger and bigger and bigger, because basically I can handle my bills when everything is 100% caught up, but when anything's the least little bit behind, yeah. And so somebody told me, get on the phone, talk to your sister, and get some money. Yeah, well, I had already spoken to my sister, and she had already wonderfully, amazingly sent me some money to help out with a problem I had, and no. I am not making that call again. No, you don't do that. And then somebody says, well, get on your vlogs and start doing your vlogs and tell people about the problem and put up a URL on the screen and say, hey, would you help me out? And I'm thinking, I hate doing that. Besides, I just started doing that on behalf of somebody else the other day. And so, yeah, you know where I'm at. I hate finding myself in this kind of situation. I hate the fact that basically what I get is just barely enough to keep up with everything as long as it's 100% current. But if anything happens at all, the tiniest little unforeseen thing happens, then that delicate balance goes to pieces, and the very fragile existence of staying caught up lands on the floor at 100 miles an hour and shatters into 87 million bajillion pieces, half of which are moving so fast they fly off into another frickin' universe. Yeah. Because that puts me in the humiliating position of having to go to somebody, somewhere, somehow, and say, hey, I can't do for myself, will you help? I hate being in that position. It is one of the most humiliating things in all of humanity. You know, it's one thing to get out there and say, hey, there's these people that are in a really bad situation. Can you help them out? Go to this webpage over here at TinFoilChef.com/donate, and you could donate right straight to them. And it will help them out, help get them out of a really ugly situation and so forth and so on. And yeah, I could do that all day. I don't care, because I'm not asking for me when I do that. But when I get into a situation where I can't do for myself, it's like, you worthless son of a blankety blank blank, you know. That's what this little voice is saying in my head, you know. You can't do for your own stuff when you're out there trying to help for other people? What kind of worthless yada yada yada? And it just keeps rattling on and on and on. And it won't shut up. Don't you hate that? That little nasty voice inside of you, the self-critical little voice inside of you, and every freaking one of us have it. If we have any kind of conscience or decency at all, or humanity at all, we all have it. And it talks to us. I'll grant you, there's a lot of people that have developed a great skill at not listening to that. But we call those politicians, and they're not quite entirely human anymore. No politician is. There is no such thing as a good politician. But that's another topic entirely. Anyway, I have rattled on and on and on. And I don't suppose I've said very much with all of my talking. But anyways, at the very least, thanks for putting up with me and so on. And thanks for the support that I have seen on the Journey to the Farlands video, which was up the other day, and there seems to be a fair amount of support on that. It's gotten a very positive reaction on its return, and I am very grateful for that, because I really enjoy doing that, and I'm going to be doing it 2 or 3 times a week. The vlogging while banished didn't seem to get nearly as warm a welcome on its return, but I'm going to give it a little bit and see if I can sneak that in once or twice a week, because I have fun with that too. But then again, I also have a Banished LP on the gaming channel, so that's not quite that important. Tell me whether or not you want to see either or both of those. I would appreciate knowing that, because it would be helpful. In any event, as I said already a million years ago, I have been rattling on and on. I am talking an incredible amount, and I'm not sure that I'm saying very much, which means I think I need to shut up before somebody decides I'm a politician, because that would be unfortunate. Politicians are, as I said, not entirely quite human. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
Here's the TinFoilChef.